to the Beaver Dam. I am so confused. I am so confused, guys. I'm so confused. So I was walking over to start the stream, gonna sit down and, swap over. And Mara's in her kennel right now. And so I walk by the room where her kennel is and look over, and she has a bone in her mouth, holding it between her paws, and just has it in her mouth, like pushing out the side of her mouth. She didn't have a bone in her kennel last night, as far as I know. I haven't given her a bone in her kennel. Apparently she grabbed one of the bones that's lying around the apartment and brought it into the kennel at some point in the last couple of days, so I had a moment of like, are you a magic poopers? What is happening here? Anyways, welcome everyone. Good to see you guys. We're gonna have a Leviathan unlock. Happy Easter to those who celebrate it. Happy Sunday to those who don't. And we're gonna have a damn good time just hanging out for an hour or two. Just here in the Beaver Dam. Oh, just finished a spreadsheet for what gear or relic mats I need for my own levy unlock. Dude, I have buddies who do that for this game, and I'm just like, I don't have that level of... It's not even just dedication, it's just... my brain doesn't work that way. Okay, so let's do this event, and then we'll make a quick guide for it, and then we'll probably do some conquests, most likely just Datacron farming, and then we'll jump into some roster reviews if we have time, because I do have a family dinner tonight to celebrate some birthdays. Yeah, I use it as well, Heinricher. Oh, you can export, can't you? You can export from that. That's probably what you're doing. That would be much easier. I use that as like a basis. And I'll go and check it every once in a while, but I keep it all in here just because having it all written down, I'll never look at it. So. Heck yeah, Astro. Okay. Let's jump in and hope that we can win. Okay, so I obviously don't know anything about this event, but I'm assuming the tie dagger changes are active in this event, meaning this event is going to be literally the biggest cakewalk of all time. Ooh, I should probably, hold on. Let me read the Leviathan's kit one time, just so I know what I'm doing. I know that its cooldowns are reduced by applying debuffs. Okay, let's see.
That is the sound of 1,000 terrible things.
I am RJ. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Good to have you guys here. Let's see. Let me. I don't have any of my mods here. I don't think. We have Slaya. Slaya, would you mind drumming up a shout out for I am RJ? Appreciate it, RJ. It's good to see you. Happy Easter to you, or happy Sunday, whatever it is to you. Hey, Trox. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. I've missed you, my friend. Shack Dag. How fast should Seer be for the Zepho mission? My suggestion is over 280 speed for both Seer and JKCK for the best win rate for it. You can, God mod them if you want, but that's the area that I'd suggest. I think I have her at like 250 right now just for like my base mods for the character, and I've done the event before, but it's a little iffy. I prefer over that 280 speed. Hey, Appley. AJ, good to see you. No, not on the free-to-play account. This is on my main account. Yeah, Heinricher, I actually have the footage, like, I have it recorded, I just haven't done the video, so I plan on doing it during this next route. I'm kind of behind on guides. I have, like, a whole bunch of guides that I need to finish, and, like, I have the speed down for Zepho, because 280 is where all of the enemies are, and so if you're over 280, you're going to be able to take first turn, and that's what you're looking for, is being faster than the enemies. I have, like, that stuff down. I have it ready to go. I just haven't had time to make the video just because I've been so busy lately, and so I'm going to be trying to crank out probably about 5 to 6 guides over the next 3 weeks, including Afra event, Jabba event, Ahsoka event, Zepho, Mandalore, Leviathan's going to be today. Yeah, so we're going to be getting a lot of guides out. Who's rating it? It's I am RJ. The guy that's like right above that message, Astro. Thank you for getting that, my friend. Hey, Parallel Bradley, welcome, welcome. Did you buy those Profundity shards? Yeah, I did it at the very end of last stream, so we do have a Profundity now. Yeah, 4-star Profundity. So. I should probably do a Riva event guide as well. The problem with the Riva event guide is mostly that it's follow the flowchart. But to be fair, people don't know about the flowchart, and so I'd be down to make a video about it, talk about the flowchart, and talk about kind of the theory of it and that type of thing. Because the first couple times I was just following the flowchart and I didn't understand the theory of it, and it still works. But if you have a video that explains the theory and that type of thing, you can make the decisions yourself. And so even if the flowchart doesn't cover something, you're not confused. So. Is my Revan relic? Yes, this is a borrowed Revan for the event. This is not the actual Revan that I have. You can't unlock this ship without a Relic 9 Revan. How about you do a live for Afro and you can beat it using my account? I unlocked Profundity this month. Empire lifts back, but I've heard tier 2's a pain in the butt, but the rest are pretty easy. I'll be making an unlock guide for Profundity as well at the end of this month, so. Okay, let me read through these the kit real quick. Okay, ferocity. We have returns. Attacking at a turn can't critically hit allies. Whenever an enemy debuff expires, random allied ship gains one stack of ferocity. Mark 6 energy gains 10 stacks of ferocity starting its turn after it's deployed. Okay, whenever non-take. Yep. Okay, so we get a stun on reinforcement. We know what Seize the Bridge does. Let's see. Let's go basic first. Basic, it inflicts shock, and then if you've ulted, it inflicts fear. Sith allies gain critical ferocity. Target ally recovers 40% of health. Increase the cooldown of call reinforcement by 1 on the enemy capital ship. Their light side inflict capital ships out on all enemies until the end of this counter next. Yeah. Okay. And then reduce the enemy capital ship by 30%. 30% turn meter, which can be used as the enemy capital ship's light side spell buffs. Target enemy inflict isolating them for the rest of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, resist. I actually might we might try out the endurance counter against a couple ships today as well, because I finally 7-starred my Marauder today. So we might be able to try out a couple counters as well to Leviathan and Executor in preparation for 3v3. So got your Leviathan to 7-star today, just 2 relic levels away from GL layup. Very nice. Okay, so this is the classic lineup. I didn't see anything in that kit that said it had to be all Sith, but it might be something with any of these guys. They could be it as well. Because, you know, they like to do that type of thing when it comes to the fleets, especially lately. So there might be something in these guys' kits that specifically says that it has to be all Sith. So can I do it without? Yeah, okay, so I have to use the Ebon Hawk. Hey, Madness, happy Easter to you as well, my friend. It goes well. We're going to get our Leviathan. Let's get our sound effects going. For defense, you want Scimitar and Raven's Claw? Raven's Claw. That's wild. I'll have to do some research on that. Okay, so this is if they are under 100% health, they get extra stuff. Yeah, let's just hit the AoE for now. Okay, disable the engines. We don't need any healing, so we'll just use it on whoever. Yeah, go ahead and hit that. This is the Mass Assist, if I recall. Goodness gracious, Malgus is not very tanky. I always forget how weak he is. Let's use... kind of feeling using this. Is this the one that heals then? That's the one that heals. What does this one do then? Target ally gains breach immunity. Okay, that's what I was missing there. This is the healing one. Got it. Who uses Raven's Claw? Apparently, Alex is saying that it's the best thing. Raven's Claw forces the AI to call Scimitar out first. Yeah, we're doing the Leviathan event right now. Is the screen a bit zoomed in? Ooh, it is a bit zoomed in. Hold on. There we go. It still didn't work. Why didn't that work? Why is it freaking out? Hold on. There we go. I don't know why I was doing that, but okay. Okay, let's bring out the Scimitar for the speed increase just for fun. We'll leave him out of stealth so they can't get around taunt at all. I don't even think they have, I don't think they have, like, any of their reinforcements. Is this still the best ship in the game? Yes. Leviathan is the king of the meta. Yeah, right, Rock. It should be in my Discord as well, under Damn Fine Graphics and Help. I haven't looked at it for Leviathan, though, because I don't own Leviathan. Raven's Claw is only for defense. Yeah. I'm gonna guess we're gonna get a new capital ship, because I don't think they're gonna drop a new GL, because they already mentioned that they want to do Thrawn as a GL. And Thrawn would be like the secondary one to Ahsoka. And so I don't think we're going to get a GL. I think we're going to get a GL fleet this year, and then we're going to get a GL next year with Thrawn, because then it'll line up with, you know, Ahsoka and all that type of stuff. Oh, agreed. I love the design of the Scimitar. I honestly don't think that you necessarily need a guide for this. Maybe it changes as time goes on, but we'll see. So far, I'm kind of like, you know, I don't really need to know what's going on. I was hoping for a critical hit. Okay. We'll put that on the tank always, I'm assuming. Because that's who people are going to be focusing down. Yeah, go all in on the Scythe. Scythe's now below 100% health, so that'll apply tenacity down. I think we just want to make sure they don't get any reinforcements. I don't think we'll ever get a GL tag ship. No, I don't think the GL tag will ever make an appearance inside fleets. But yeah, I don't think this event, with the changes to Scythe and the changes, or not Scythe, the changes to Scimitar and the changes to Dorito, I don't think that this event is even close to hard. Because, like, we're facing the Empire fleet, and the Empire fleet gets shut down turn meter wise by this fleet. And so, like, I feel like with the changes, this has become the, like, I've heard that this event actually wasn't hard to begin with, but, like, at this point, it's literally doo-doo. Like, nothing's happening here. Love the animation, hate the ult for this ship. This ship's ult just doesn't feel good at all. Yeah, I agreed, Heinricher. Like, that's why I'm going to be making an Ahsoka guide. That's why I'm making a Jabba guide. Because it's all about, you know, wanting to feel prepared. That's what a lot of them are. Like, there's guides that I have that, like, for instance, like Malchus. Or not Malchus. Bob Rocksolid coming with the gifted membership. Thank you, my friend. Congratulations, Captain Blackbeard, on your gifted membership. I appreciate you, my friend. Speaking of, I need to go through and I need to do something on the channel side so that way we can maintain our membership stuff. But yeah, like there's ones like Bo-Katan or Jar Jar, Grand Inquisitor. They need guides. 100% they need guides. Then there's ones like JML, Jabba, Ahsoka, where it's literally just I want to know what I'm getting into, and not so much I need a guide. And you know, I'm fine to make those ones. I'm still going to go through and get the speeds just in case, because there are people in this game like Not to call anyone out, and I'm not going to say names or anything, but there is someone who watched my Ray guide at one point for the Ray event and was like, hey, I can't do it with your guide. What am I doing wrong? Can you take a look at my mods? And or take a look at my characters and see what I'm doing wrong. And I checked their characters, and none of their characters, like some of them didn't have mods at all. Some of them only had like level 1 mods. And so I was literally like, all you got to do when it comes to the tier 1 and 2 of the Ray event is just put some mods on them and get it to level 15. So at least having to some degree for those people who don't play the game very competitively and are kind of just having fun, especially with Lightspeed bundles coming out, and they don't necessarily have those characters already worked on, it's helpful to them, but most of it's going to be just reassuring and being like, hey, this is fine, you're going to do fine, it's not going to be hard. So I wonder if we'll get something else than deactivate enemy capital ship on a new capital ship. We'll see. I think that's something that's kind of overplayed, and we should do something different than just screwing with the enemy capital ship. The next thing that I want to see screwing with an enemy capital ship is Luthen's ship. That is the only thing that I care about screwing with the enemy capital ship with. That's it. That's all I want to see is Luthen's ship. The next capital ship shouldn't have that. AR, that's actually something I've been toying with. Here, I'll put out a poll for you guys right now, and I'll explain the poll. Okay, so essentially I've been thinking about doing a weekly video where I go through a Lightspeed bundle team and I teach you how to use it. So Jabba, Ray, SLKR, I'll go through the basic GLs that you get from Lightspeed bundles first, then like Star Killer, and I'll do it the same way that I did my my Finalizer one, where I'll be like, okay, this is how you use it, and then this is the best thing they beat and how to beat that thing. And then, you know, go briefly over modding. I'm not really focused on modding. I usually focus on just the abilities, and I don't read the abilities either. I don't know if you guys have watched my Finalizer video or watched my SLKR video for these. I don't go over the abilities in depth where I read them out to you, because you can go read the kit yourself. Instead, I show you how it works in game, so that way it's simple for those who you know, don't understand reading kits, because reading kits is rough. The reason that I like reading kits and that I'm good at it is because I play Magic. If I didn't play Magic, I doubt I'd actually enjoy reading kits. So I've been thinking about doing every week a Lightspeed bundle team guide where I go through on how to use this team, because people are getting these Lightspeed bundles and they're like, oh, I have Dash Rendar now, but you have no idea how a Dash Rendar team works because you just got a Lightspeed bundle. And so you're just kind of spamming buttons. I noticed this like a month and a half ago when I was talking to my roommate, and he was like asking, you know, what beats this? I was like, oh, that team that you have right there. And so he threw it in. He's like, okay, what do I do? And I'm like, oh, you just, you know, you play it like normal. He's like, I've literally never used this team because I have so many other teams and I'm still in Bronzium. And so like, I've never used this team. I don't know how it works. So the poll, I could dance on it. We'll add that to our Damathon again and see if we hit that goal. And I'll go take a pole dancing class. Veers, Piet, Stark, Dark, Range. I prefer Gideon as the 5th personally as well, but Stark works just fine. And that frees up your Gideon to use in like a DTMG team or in your 2 girls 1 cup team. Yeah, I'll talk about I'll talk about upgrades as well. Like, here's a base team, here's an upgrade team. I also have a little thing in here that I need to start working on, but once again, we talked about it earlier. I don't like spreadsheets. I'm not good with spreadsheets, but I need to go fill out a spreadsheet because I've been making these videos for a while now of Lightspeed bundle team guides where I go through every team that you can make with all the Lightspeed bundles. But it's getting to a point where there's so many Lightspeed bundles that the video would be like an hour and a half long, and no one has time for that. And so I'd like to make a spreadsheet, kind of like Arnold has his Zeta spreadsheet, make a Lightspeed bundle teams spreadsheet of all the teams you can make out of Lightspeed bundles, and then I can make a video about the new ones added with each set of Lightspeed bundles coming out. So that's something that I'm going to be working on as well. I've got a lot that on my plate of things that I want to get done this month, and I'm just kind of going crazy. So. Hey, Mangler, welcome, welcome. I'm not sure how the Ray ultimate works. I mean, I can explain it real quick for you. It's literally you hit it the first time and it reduces all damage to 1 damage to all of your allies until she takes another turn. And then once she takes that other turn, she jumps in and deals a whole crap ton of damage. That damage can't critically hit. It works as true damage. The thing to keep in mind, essentially, because it's a fairly basic ult. It's like how, you know, SLKR's ult makes him invincible. It's the same thing, but for her whole team. The thing to keep in mind, though, is her ramping mechanic. If she has inspiration and the enemy is gaining turn meter, she ramps, and so her ult deals more damage as time goes on because she'll continually ramp as the enemies gain turn meter. And so that's why you want to remove the inspiration off of Rey when you're using Starkiller against her, because if she has that inspiration, she'll be ramping up her mastery, and that'll make her ults hit like crazy. That'll make her sudden whirlwinds hit like crazy. You don't want that ramping. So it's a fairly simple ult out of all the ults for sure. It's just basically invulnerability for 1 turn and then slows her speed down so it becomes unpredictable when it'll happen, and it gives her time to ramp a little bit more and gives her team some time to, you know, be invulnerable, and then she hits real hard and hits everyone with true damage. Heck yeah, Tomoy, that's a huge jump in your account. Yes, Sty is. He is a Balloons Tower Defense 6 modder. Yeah. Quick, someone donate $1 to see if Beaver's clothes start coming out. No, that means we bring Mara out and give her a treat. Honestly, you could just stream the editing and such. I'm sure people will come hang out. The big question is if you could multitask. I mean, we've been sitting here talking to chat instead of doing this event for the last 10 minutes. So, it should tell you everything you need to know. Wait, Gungans can't beat it? I don't think that's correct. I think Gungans still beat it. You're doing something wrong, Con Warlock. And that something wrong is very clearly you do not have the Phalanx Omicron. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm not excited to do it if it's that overtuned. Hondo, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. That was a fast ultimate. Holy crap. Wish my ultimate was that fast. Oh, Yotter, I will have so much fun playing this. You have no idea. No, it can be a very hard thing to do. 500k health or something? Gosh. Always gotta take over the enemy capital ship even when we don't need it, just for kicks and giggles. Yay, we have a ship. Gosh, this capital ship is literal garbage. If that's like the health coming out for these guys. Yeah, I've got enough crystals for the 7-star. You should tilt yourself like the ships. Can I actually do that? I don't know if I can. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what people are thinking. Looks like majority yes. Okay, I'll start working on this series then. Dang, Con. The only thing they should pull in the sequels is the plug. Here, we could also do this. There we go. Put breach immunity out there. What's the other option for videos if you didn't do the Lightspeed Bundle series? Then I just continue to make content. It's just something that, like, I would be down to do it, but it's like, I don't know if there's a market. If I don't know if there's, you know, you guys really want it. I should have waited for, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and hit that. Heal up the... Go ahead and use that. But yeah, it was basically just like, is this going to be something that's helpful to people? Is essentially what I was looking at. Are you Beaver or a bat? I'm Batman. Welcome, welcome, Lady Geek. Good to see you, my friend. Silver Anakin, I have the high ground. Exactly. Do one for a complicated team first so people continue to watch. Yeah, it was probably a good point. I'm probably going to stick with GLs to start, and then I'll kind of go down to other things as I move forward. We just can't get any... We haven't been able to get any debuffs out on the field because of the tenacity up. How many turns before I'm supposed to take in Mark 6 Interceptor? Is it now? Nope, that is 10 stacks. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're good. So, tell me, everyone, what's up? It's me. I'm what's up. Oh, gosh. Bat Beaver. Anyone know how many ultimate materials is Ray's ultimate? It's 10. Every ultimate besides, I think, Jabba is 10. Hold on, I got you. There we go. It's over. I have the high ground. Ahsoka was only 10. C also was 10, if I recall. How's Leviathan so far? I mean, dude, it's gotten me like literally spinning, you know? I'm over here on my head over how amazing it is so far. This is not breach immunity, this is healing. Which one of these applies like 90 different debuffs? I think it's that last ability. How many stars do you have it at? This is we're playing through the event right now. You unlock JMK's ult. Exactly, yeah. Lightspeed bundle releasing the second you're done. They won't release a Lightspeed bundle for this this fleet until they drop the new fleet. Yeah, see, the ultimate just feels so underwhelming. Got a fear on you again. Oh. You know what? Hold on. We might actually have a strat for this. Nope, the shock can be resisted. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot to check. Okay. So we'll do the same thing we did last time. Okay, now that everyone is out of Tenacity Up, we can start inflicting debuffs. I'm gonna try this. It's kind of weird, but hey, it'll work. Can we get a buff immunity? I cannot get a buff immunity. Okay. Beskar, yeah, the Beskar Mando Lightspeed bundle, I feel like it's been way too long since it's come back. Gosh dang it, we were just about to get the heal. Or maybe I already used the heal. I don't remember. It's been... I'm confused. Yeah, I don't think Ebon Hawk's the way to go on this tier. I was curious if, you know, having the chaff would do much. But, yeah, like, it just got one-tapped. Yeah, I think I'll be in Kyber 1 within 2 months. That's what I'm looking at right now. Glat is 12? I could have sworn Glat was 10. I'm almost positive Glat was 10. Yeah, no, like, you shouldn't buy them if you can't control yourself. That's essentially how I look at it. Like, if you have to go and you have to, you know, utilize what's in the Lightspeed bundle, and so you're like jumping from farm to farm trying to finish all kinds of stuff at the same time, then sure, don't buy them unless you need them right then, like Nooch said. But like, they could sit there in your roster for a while. Buy the gas bundle, get a negotiator, be happy with your negotiator, and you can get gas eventually. Like, you know. Do we think we'll get an N1 for the Mando movie? Who will be the pilot? If we get a new Mando, yes. If we don't get a new Mando, probably not. Also, what fleet is it going to be part of? We already have a lifter to the bounty hunters. Is it going to be part of a new scoundrel fleet, perhaps? I don't know. Too much iffiness for me to know for sure. Leviathan event is bugged now, so you can't sim. You have to play all 20 refreshes. Boy, I love that. Yeah, but like farming up like, yes, obviously you should finish what you get. Like if you get a Ray Lightspeed bundle, you're three characters away from finishing Ray. So like go for the Ray. But like for instance with Gas is an 8 Zeta team. You need to drop a couple Zetas to get his himself anyways, plus you need a whole bunch of get 2 currency to get him 7-star. That's a lot of investment that you have other things like Ray, SLKR, Sith Eternal, all these other things that are much closer and much more helpful to your account than going for the gas. So like leaving things for when you can afford them is definitely something you can do with your Lightspeed bundles. I would love that graphic. Yeah, I mean, you can do it without Zetas if you have good mods and you're willing to bash your head against the wall 30 times. But then even after that, you're looking at 8 Zetas for Gas. 4 Zetas for himself, for his team, and that's 8 Zetas when that 8 Zetas could have gone to JTR and Ray, and you'd have an amazing defensive GL instead of a guy who bleeds banners and can be easily countered on defense nowadays. It's not worth the investment. Like, eventually, yes, go get your gas, but it's just not worth the investment early. Fair enough, Fenrir. Hammerhead Corvette, yeah. Yeah, like, if you're looking to beat teams with gas, you need all of his Zetas, you need high relic levels on the whole team. You're also going to have to build up the 5 first after you finish the gas event, because you only get a relic 5s, I think you only get a relic 5s. So just Leviathan, and then I don't know, we might do some roster reviews if I have time, but I don't have a lot of time today. I have somewhere to be in about 2.5 hours, so we'll see how much time we got for things and how much time I spend sitting here talking to you guys and just hanging out. So they still have tenacity up, so basic. Let's get some healing out there. Okay, now we can hit this ability and get some debuffs, hopefully. We're gonna try Sith Fighter. That was rude. Okay, let's get these out there if we can. Let's get healing immunity again. Yeah, sure. Heal up him just a hair. That was rude. Dude, IG-2000 just like one-tapping ships is wild. Why can't I get that IG-2000? So Leviathan specials you can only use once, and one of them is is only usable once you hit a certain amount of debuffs during the match, and then after that you can't use it. So you get one use of things essentially. Honestly, it might be kind of stupid, but I feel like it's almost for like the. We might be able to get it out fast if we use that. Do something like this. This might be stupid, but we're gonna try it. Is he slowly doing a barrel roll? Of course. Very, very slowly. The ships look a bit wonky. It's, I mean, the ships will go like boop and boop since like the update. The last update did some weird stuff. Are these? Yes, they are. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Okay, breach immunity here. How much do you know about using Leviathan? A little bit, not a ton. I should have saved that one. That was my bad. Let's get a healing out there. I know more about countering it than I know about using it. What does this give to an ally? Okay, let's bring out the Sith Fighter. Sith Fighter can keep our guys alive with some foresight if possible. Because I know he has something to do with foresight. Oh, we should have gone for IG-2000. I forgot how hard IG-2000 hits in this event. Didn't we already use that? Isn't it limit once per battle? Hey, Sty, welcome, welcome, my friend. That worked. Yeah, that IG-2000 is insane. Following logs like the suggestion said. Okay. Hold on. I got a ping. Check my 2 pings real quick. Okay, just territory reminder. Sty, it's because I have the high ground, my friend. Speaking of, it's actually kind of annoying me. Yeah. Oh, gosh. There we go. Back to normal. Okay, so it looks like there might be actually a warrant for a guide, because this tier is annoying. Because you're not really getting the full access to the ship that you should. Did they not change the event version of this character? Is that what this is? The event version is different than the actual version we have in game, because I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm like reading the kit. I'm like, I don't see anywhere in here the isolation. I'm pretty sure the isolate was it was part of the buff, the second buff I think it was for the ship. No, inflict isolate on them for the rest of the encounter, which can't be copied, spelled, resisted. Light side. Okay, it's only light side. That makes more sense. Yeah, we'll try it. You work as CG and are tasked with making OG Padme relevant again. How do you go about doing that? What units do you release in order to either put JK back with her or... No, I don't think I'd put JK back with her. Basic, heal. Gosh, that IG 2000 just hits like a freight train, dude. Okay, and so we can bring in this. Try and get out a couple debuffs. There goes him. Yeah, give us an episode 2 Anakin. Add in like, ooh, give me episode 2 Anakin, maybe even disguised Anakin in episode 2. Give me either like Typho or Corday as well. I basically build it into a whole new team, essentially, because General Kenobi gets stolen. Like I would probably go Corday for a taunt, and then disguised Anakin, who puts like stealth on Padme and keeps her alive. Because the problem is, if you kill Padme, the whole team falls apart. And so I would build a new team around Padme and kind of go that route. Yeah, it's borrowed. Okay, it looks like the best luck we're having is with the tie dagger, the Dorito. IDK OG Padme's in a good spot. She's in the JMK team. Yeah, but before you get the JMK team, she literally has no use in the game anymore. Literally zero, because her characters are better put onto onto other teams. So like, it's just not really worth it. Like, mine's been at gear 12 forever because it's just not worth pushing it up. Yeah, I do think she needs her own home, and like JMK could use a new 5th, honestly. she's a legendary unit that's meant to be on her own team. She has a good leadership and like a solid setup, but like she's literally relegated to preventing counters on the JMK team because that's all she's there for. Because throwing gas in there does the same thing. Throwing Anakin in there as the 5th does the same thing. The only thing it does is prevent like Darth Maul essentially. Like it's not that much of an improvement. In fact, it actually makes it worth it against certain counters. A lot more difficult reading kits upside down. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Welcome, Tumblo. Good to see you, my friend. So basic here, basic here. This doesn't... Yeah, I think we just need to use the healing there just to survive. Okay, now we can hit this. Got Balin unlocked. Congratulations, my friend.
Join us.
Dang, that's a lot of fusion furnaces. The critical hit immunity is carrying us right now. Okay, hit this. Really hoping to kill off the TIE, or not the TIE, the IG. Okay, this one's the route to go. So you're basically just trying to get this to survive the opening initial plays, and then you can basically keep it alive permanently. You know, it'd be nice Quinlan Voss as a JMK lifter, you know, in case he can't counter Lord Vader anymore with the Dark Cyclones. I would love Quinlan Voss in the game, 100%. I think that would be a great choice. Let's go ahead and hit this. What character is the most important Omicron in the game, in your opinion? I want to get rid of the fear on the other person. Tatine would be pretty cool as a JMK lifter as well. The most important Omicron in the game. I think that it has to go to Phalanx or Bosch Leia. Like, I think it has to. There we go. We now have our Leviathan. Okay. I don't even know who Aaron K is. Ah, Jedi Treya.
What's What's your name? Who's your daddy? Does he wear like me? Take a look at all my relics. Tell me what you see. Come a little closer, let me tell you something. All of these relics, they don't cost me nothing. The bigger the rise, the fatter the wall. I wear it every day, every day. I'm just a scrap to get another upgrade. Gear crunch solutions are always too late. If you ask me, that sounds like a way to overpay. Fuck yeah. Gear of the content, we know this is the way. If you don't like it, well, this is the doorway. Baby, I'll tell you the secret you need to rise and stay when you play. That's all it takes to be the best.
The Star Scream of Star Wars.
Give me those 3 wacky numbers. To be the very best, you gotta wail just like the rest. So take my hand and let's do it. I'm just a scrap to get
Another upgrade. Okay, that'll put days on him. We don't need to heal.
content. We know this is the way. If you don't like it, well, this is our doorway. Baby, I'll tell you the secret you need to rise and pay when you pay. Impulse detectors and all of the heat sinks. Nothing like throwing your money down the sink. It doesn't take a joy to know this is pay to play, pay to play.
Hey, Trevor, welcome, welcome. Okay, so the bonus tier's super easy. Like that felt really easy. Like, I don't know. Oh, the sim button's there. Better not just cost 2,000 crystals right there. Okay. Next star level. Let's get those upgrades going. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know that's cheaper because of that. Mm-hmm. Exactly, perception. Okay, I'm curious if we kind of have this down. So we did you. And so, okay. Sorry, really quick. I just want to do this bonus, or this final tier one more time. Basic to start. Breach immunity. Is that breach immunity or is that the heal? That's the breach immunity. They still have the stuff, heal up. Okay, now we start to apply debuffs. We bring out the scimitar. And we throw that on him. Now we're just kind of biding our time. Get some more of those out there if you can. We're gonna go all in on you and try and get you out if possible. Stuck behind you again. Okay. Get the heal going. One more turn and we should have ourselves our interceptor. Sweet, it died off. Get another heal out there. And just like that, that's a dub. Revan song and celebration. Oh, absolutely, we'll play the Revan song. Okay, so yeah, we have the strat for this tier, and I think at that point we can make a guide for it. So yeah, we are good to make a guide. I am going to make the guide now because we are going to take the ship up to 7-star. And so to do that, I think we're going to use all of our refreshes. And so because we're using all of our refreshes, I won't be able to do the bonus tier in the video. And so we are going to take a second and we're going to record a video with you guys. So, and then we'll bring it up to 7-star. We've been in charge of a What If episode for Star Wars where Order 65 was executed by the Senate instead of Order 66. How are you writing it? That's the problem is that really actually interesting? Order 65 is just the Palpatine is evil, take him out, right? And so it would be from a perspective, because like at this point he doesn't have Grievous, he doesn't have Dooku. It's just going to be him trying to escape for an episode of What If, and then that's basically it. I don't know if I really have anything that I feel like could make it really interesting, because without the shift in power, he doesn't have the army behind him. He's trapped on essentially Coruscant. He might be able to get away from Coruscant, but his whole plan went to crap. So I don't know how much like interest is there in that. So I don't know. How would you do it, Madness? See, that would be something more interesting to me, because like changing that one event, just I feel like it nullifies a lot of what's happening there, and like it makes it so it's very uninteresting. But like doing something like he went with a different path and he's like trying to corrupt the Jedi from within or something like that, I think that would be really interesting. That was really odd, guys. They try to remove him and the Jedi protect him. It would be interesting to have, like, if Sidious died, what Maul would do with that, or even what Dooku would do with that. It'd be very interesting to see. I could definitely see if Dooku took over, Dooku trying the Dark Jedi approach, trying to convert the Jedi into something that more resembles his beliefs. That feels very Dooku to me. Okay, sweet. let's make this this video. Trying to think if there's anything I need to know more than I do now. Oh, I think we're good. It's a solid one, Heinricher. That was what I think that was the first new canon book under Disney, and it's written by the guy who wrote the Plagueis novel, James Luceno. Was Dooku the only Sith to not have Sith eyes? It was common among Sith to try and cover them up in general. Whether or not Dooku had them and was covering up is another matter, but anyways, okay, let's record this video real quick, guys. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. We are live here doing the Dark Sovereign event, so getting Leviathan into our roster. Now, this ship is amazing, and I want to take a second really quick and say this ship is amazing at 7 stars, so make sure that if you're watching this in preparation, you start saving crystals now, because it takes 2 years to get a 7-star if you don't use any crystals, and your capital ships are one of the most important things to spend your crystals on from, you know, Fleet Arena and that type of stuff. So make sure you're saving up now. You want to get 7-star as fast as possible, because this ship is doo-doo before it's 7-star. So jumping into the overall event, we'll kind of go through how the ships interact with each other and what the capital ship does as we go along. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments section, and you know, well, either me or a fellow member of the Dam will be happy to answer you. We got tons of great people here, all trying to help each other out, be the best swagoers we could possibly be. So, jumping into Tier 1, so basically Tier 1, 2, and 3 are really easy. Tier 4 is a little iffy if you don't understand things. I feel like the changes to the Leviathan have made this event quite easy. Not to the Leviathan specifically, because the Leviathan, you know, it feels like some of this stuff might be missing out of its reworks, but even with the reworks, even with the Dorito rework, it feels really easy to get through. So we shouldn't have any problem. Yes, you have a Gear 11 Revan that you borrow, but I just suggest this as your opening lineup for every single tier, and then these are really the only 2 ships you ever use, and then the rest is just you have to use them essentially. So we'll jump in and we'll kind of describe it. So one of the sad things is the reason Tier 1 and Tier 2 are so easy at this point is because capital ships that are dark side can no longer gain turn meter with the Dorito changes. And so because of that, these first 2 tiers I'm sure were at least semi-difficult when the event came out. Now it just doesn't matter because they can't actually do anything. So the whole point of basically getting abilities with your capital ship is one of your abilities will be locked behind hitting a certain amount of debuffs during your match, and so you're going to want to be trying to get as many debuffs as possible out there. And honestly, for these first couple tiers, you could probably just spam abilities and call it good. His AoE essentially will apply debuffs and then apply more debuffs if they're under 100% health, so we're just going to try to get some debuffs out there. This is the Sabotage the Engines ability. All of his abilities when it comes to his capital ship are one-time use in the battle, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not a big fan of that for the Leviathan, but hey, it's still a sick ship. That's not true. I love Revan. I love the design of the ship, how it looks and everything. I'm actually not a big fan of Leviathan's kit. Sue me. I've never been a big fan. There's a reason that I'm getting it now instead of way back when. But anyways, this ability essentially is going to remove speed from the enemy capital ship, which is going to give you more time to do everything you need to do, as well as remove speed from, you know, remove turn meter from enemies. And so you're always just going to use this ability when you target it. You'll always target your tank because it just gives it basically breach immunity, which is good against the Executor. Not many other places, but you just use it on the tank. Okay, over here you got a heal with the middle ability, and then you've got a mass swarm with the last ability, which depending on how many Sith allies you have on the field, you will be able to do more or less when it comes to like debuffs that you get from it. So it'll become more powerful as you go through matches typically. So we'll hit that. We're just going to basically try to blitz through ships and get as much debuffs as possible. With the tank, it just has a basic, and then it has an ability that drops concussion mines. And concussion mines, when they explode, they turn into dazes, which is super, super nice. And so you're playing off those dazes pretty heavily in most battles. And when any of your ships get critically hit when he's on the field, they're going to get a concussion mine as well. So they'll kind of naturally gain concussion mines. Now we're going to bring out the Scimitar. So basically your Mark 6 interceptor, you bring it out as your second reinforcement because it'll have an insta-kill on the basic if you bring it as a second reinforcement. If you bring it out as a first reinforcement, it will not have that insta-kill ready to go. So you want to bring it out as a second reinforcement. Your Scimitar, with the changes to it, will increase the speed of your allies as well as your allied capital ship, and so it'll allow you to get another reinforcement out, get faster ultimate, all that type of stuff, as well as its ability. It's like the main ability that it has here is going to be it can cause everyone but one person to go under stealth, and so you can just do that, and all of a sudden you have some protection up, and now your tank's in the open, and even if they could ignore taunt, they can't get to anyone but your tank. So we'll heal up our tank real quick. Obviously, this tier, like, if there was an auto button, I think you could auto tier 1 and tier 2. This other ability, once you hit a certain amount of debuffs, this ability can't be used until other Sith ships inflict 15 debuffs. So once you hit those 15 debuffs, this ability unlocks. Once again, you can only use it once per match. But this one is going to be super nice because it helps one person recover health, as well as it makes it so the next ship that comes out of reinforcements on the enemy side instantly dies. And so super, super nice. Now keep in mind, if you don't have a 7-star capital ship after you finish this event, this ability will not kill the next reinforcement. And so you have to be careful, because a lot of these abilities, the best parts of them are gate locked behind the 7-star. But in the event, that's what it'll do every time. So, or if someone needed healing, I'd give it to them. No one needs healing, so I'm just going to give it to our tank. And then now they have this capital ship sabotage. The next ship called to reinforce is immediately destroyed upon deployment. So now we're just going to kind of keep going until everyone's dead at this point. You know, the ultimate is, it's there, but the ultimate is not something that's going to be insanely powerful. It just shuts off their ability to use their capital ship. And so in the first tier, I didn't even get to use it. Second tier, you know, you get to use it a bit. Like I got to use it, but like it doesn't really do much. In my opinion, it's one of the more lackluster ultimate abilities out of all of them. I do appreciate that they fixed it, though. When this ship first came out, it was rough. Jumping into the second tier, once again, same thing. We're just throwing it in. And disclaimer, answers will be nonsensical. Okay, it sounds like Heinricher's got us with the nonsensical stuff. Okay, same thing. We're just basically spamming abilities, trying to get as many debuffs out on the enemies as possible so we can unlock that next ability and make it sure that if they get a reinforcement, it insta-dies. So we'll hit this. We're going to give breach immunity to our tank like we always do, because, you know, they're going to be taking the brunt of attacks. We're going to get some concussion mines out there. And then, you know, we don't really need the healing, so we're going to go just a mass swarm on the scythe. And I'm just going to keep working on the scythe, honestly. So let's bring out that scimitar again, get that wonderful speed increase, and go all in. And, like, the nice thing about this event is, well, A, it's not that hard. And B, sometimes, okay, for some reason, you know, limit 1 use per battle. For some reason, some of these abilities I've had glitch and let me use it multiple times. But, you know, it says limit once per battle. So normally that's how it works. But in this event specifically, I've had it glitch once where it let me use one of the abilities twice, and I was confused. Maybe I'm crazy, though. Maybe it didn't happen that way, and everyone can call me crazy in the comment section. But get the reinforcement capital ship sabotage thing on them. So now if they bring out anyone, doesn't really matter. Problem is... Again, with the Tidorito changes, they don't get turn meter, and so it ends up with them just basically never taking a turn and never getting to what they need to get to. So I'm not overly worried in these first 2 tiers. Jump in with our Mark 6 Interceptor, and now because our Mark 6 Interceptor is coming out as our second reinforcement, we have 50 of these, and as you can see here, if it's above 40 stacks, lose 40 stacks and instantly defeat target enemy. And so we can instantly defeat an enemy with our basic here, so you always want to open up with your basic on one of the enemies. Other abilities this guy has, he can inflict potency down on enemies. So sometimes, it's not very common in today's meta, but sometimes there will be metas where we end up using the Mark 6 Interceptor in the starting lineup instead of utilizing the insta-kill, because it can get out a lot of debuffs, and so it can get the reinforcement sabotage out much faster because it has, you know, potency down on this on all enemies. Additionally, it has a whole bunch of, you know, critical chance up, critical damage down, speed down, that's unresistible, unevadable. It has a whole bunch of good stuff on this last ability that can get you really quickly into those 15 debuffs that you need to get that other ability. But in this case, when it comes to current meta, it's not very typical that you use it in the starting lineup. Not since the changes to the scimitar, at least. Yeah. If I don't know what this whole galactic challenge tickets thing it's talking about is, but hey, whatever. Jumping into the 3rd tier, once again, same thing. You're using the same order of operations. Additionally, if you're looking at like the other ship that's in this fleet, you're looking at Sith Fighter. Sith Fighter is basically it just hands out a ton of foresight, and so it's kind of like a survivability thing, and it does healing immunity as well and health down, which is helpful. So it'll be utilized in the fleet. It's just not very much utilized inside this event necessarily. So just because you don't need it, you rarely get to the point where you need it. So as always, we're throwing that over to our ship. Go ahead and basic and get some more concussion mines out there. Yeah, all in. Let's try and kill them off as fast as we can. I don't know. I'm kind of... Yeah, I'm feeling that we do the scimitar first. We're going to do the scimitar first, and then we'll do the ability next. That's what I did last time, and it worked just fine. So, get everyone under stealth. We're going to focus down killing off the stun fact, just so we don't have to deal with it. Oh, dude, who knows when you're ever going to see another time where it goes that fast on the ultimate. That is just unheard of speed for that. But we're just going to have to deal with surviving here for a second. Because we have the scimitar out, it did increase our speed, so it won't be too bad getting back to the turn with our capital ship and with our ships. So we can kind of, you know, get through this pretty quickly and do some solid stuff. Honestly, yeah, let's just ignore the ability again just for fun. And we'll stun the Hyena Bomber because you stun whoever you're aiming at when you bring out a reinforcement. We'll kill off the Geonosian Starfighter. And at that point, you're at a dub. So, not too hard for the... Oh, I guess we should have brought out the stop the reinforcement, because now we have to deal with another ship, which is unfortunate, but... It's fine, it's fine. It just adds in another 30 seconds to this battle. And there we go. Okay, last tier, this is where it gets a little scary, and where you just need to basically pay attention, but honestly, the same formula we've been using is the same formula we're going to use. You don't really have to change the formula. Insert the formula crabs. I can't do a Plankton impression, unfortunately. So this is against the Executor. This is where that breach immunity comes into play. Now, I have had some struggles with this if they end up doing a little too much damage in the early game. If they get Xandu's Blood to assist twice in a couple cases, it can be a little scary, but we just play it how we can, and you may have to restart this once. But you want to save your specials, because usually you're trying to just blitz down as many debuffs as you can, as we showed in those other ones, but they have tenacity up, and most of our debuffs are resistible, and so instead we're actually going to save all of our stuff, and then we'll utilize our specials on our regular ships once the tenacity up disappears. We are going to use this ability on our tank like we usually do, but it's important for this one because it is breach immunity, which means we'll stop them from getting faster ultimate essentially by using this ability on our tank. So make sure you use that on your tank. We still have tenacity up on the enemy, so I'm just going to basic. I'm just going to basic here as well because just tenacity. And then we're going to hit the heal here because our tank is already looking a little shoddy. And so we're going to keep our tank alive as much as we can. Now that tenacity up is off, we can now just start blitzing down debuffs as much as we can. We're going to, once again, call in Scimitar, get that speed boost onto our team, keep our guys under stealth. The critical hit immunity definitely carries here for sure. We're going to hit the concussion mines. And then right here, I like to, you know, you're going to get a turn with the Malgus' ship. I like to blitz down the IG-2000. The IG-2000 just deals so much damage. If you can get enough concussion mines on him, he'll just die by himself. But I like doing that at the beginning and just getting that basically in there to hurt him as much as we can. We'll get that heal on our tank, make sure the reinforcements will die if they come out. Once again, just spam specials, essentially. And now we're just waiting for our insta-kill to get through the Houndstooth. And then we can start working on whoever we need to work on. Hit the heal, keep our Scimitar alive. That was scary. Okay, and here we go. We now have our insta-kill. So we're just gonna basic on the Houndstooth. And voila, now we can focus on whoever we need to, and I suggest IG-2000 first. Usually in a battle where you're going up against an Executor, your main focus is the Razor Crest, but when it comes to this, just the IG-2000 deals so much damage, and so I like to focus him down first as much as I can. Let's go ahead and steal their capital ship, make sure they don't ult. I'm actually just gonna basic here because I actually don't want to remove the fear. I want them to miss their turns, and I want to be able to spend as much time working on the enemies that I'm working on as I can. Okay, there we go. We are through the IG-2000. And now our basic does put on fear on the enemy, which is nice. And so, you know, we can utilize that to some degree. It's not super often that it's going to come into play just because we're going to be moving our way through these enemies so fast that we're going to be pulling off that pretty often. But there you go. You follow that, you should have zero problems getting through the fleets. Just that Scimitar giving the speed boost, then allowing you to get the insta-kill on the Houndstooth, and it just becomes easy from there. If you lose a ship early on, I would suggest just restarting and going back in. I've lost my tank a couple times earlier on due to like double hits from Xandu's Blood and that type of stuff, but that's about it. And then we have the bonus tier, and I'm gonna be honest, the bonus tier, I'm not worried for you at all. Use the same setup as before, and then you just go in, and honestly, exactly what we just did to the Executor and to all the other ships, where you just you know, you're trying to get as many debuffs out there as you can, you do the same basic thing. And so you know, we're going to hit the special, get all of those juicy debuffs out there, get breach immunity, even though it really doesn't matter against this specific fleet, over on our tank, get those concussion mines out. If we can get one on Han's Millennium Falcon, it's super nice. Not necessary though, but it is super nice. And we're trying our best to, you know, blitz down the Y-Wing and get through it, and then just kill everyone else. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, honestly, I think you could probably auto this. I haven't tested it because I've done it once, but like, I have no doubts that you could auto this. This is, I mean, you can see it. We're already through a Y-Wing. We're through another ship. I feel like you could fully auto this with 0 problems. So, there you go. There is your Leviathan guide. If you have any questions, once again, throw them in the into the comments section. Heinricher has promised that he will respond to each and every one of the comments, and I will be holding him to that. And he also said that all of those responses will be nonsensical. So, you know, hopefully that doesn't, you know, it probably won't help. But hey, I'll also try to respond with helpful things as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this guide, throw a subscribe, throw it to your guildmate, help out another guy, you know, make it easy on them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for giving a damn. Okay, there we go, guys. We now have a, show me the contract. Also read the addendum. Do they just eat the bunnies? We actually steal the eggs and hide them in our dam for the following winter. Okay. Should we... hold on. Okay, I gotta take this call. My mother just called me. I should probably take that call. So hold on one sec, guys, and then we'll look at what we're doing.
When I found you, now your hatred has become your strength. I've trained you well. You still have much to learn. You have nothing left to teach me. You've taken everything from me. Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me.
Yeah, my mother has invited me over for Easter dinner, as well as my roommate, so I need to make sure that, you know, that wasn't anything bad, so.
I'm ready.
Child protectors? No, we just hoard food for winter, dude. Okay, we're now out of refreshes. That's why we did our guide first. And so we need 5 more sets of crystals. Or 5 more sets of shards.
You're insane, it's massive.
So here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. And here's 5.
You're a Jedi, boy. Size means nothing to you.
Okay. Chug. I don't like you, Grax. This is, like, this soda is not currently available. I literally bought a case before they, before they ran out in stores, and this is not going to be available for another 8 months. What do you think will be coming out on the 4th? We're going to see a revival of all of the old Clone Wars Lightspeed bundles. So we're going to see, like, Gas. We're going to see, we're going to see, like, Padme bundle. All of those types of bundles are going to come back. We're also going to see some new ones. I'm going to guess JKCK, 501st, and JMK bundle.
You're insane, it's massive.
You're a Jedi, boy.
Oh, I don't know if you could tell on the camera, but I pushed through the pain of the carbonation in my throat. and my arm just started flexing over and over again. I was like, oh gosh. Ah. Oh gosh. Oh, that was painful. Revan song next? Yeah, we're gonna play the Revan song while we upgrade our character. Or our ship.
Conqueror, hero, villain, savior, conqueror, hero, villain.
Next on our list is gonna be Punishing One. That's the next one to get 7-star. One of the few ships I have left to finish.
Listen, you talentless organic meatbag, master, master. Down you go! Query, statement, answer, explanation. Query, statement, answer. Query, statement, answer, explanation.
Yes, the gas bundle did come with Negotiator.
Not even just a little. Query, statement, answer, explanation. Query, statement, I will be back. Query, statement.
Free to play or pay to play? I mean, yeah, the crystals that I got for getting that 7 stars was definitely pay to play. Whereas, you know, getting the shard or the relic for characters, I didn't pay anything to do. But the crystals were definitely paid for. I'm definitely not a free to play player. Oh, of course, Yotter.
Conqueror, hero, villain, savior, conqueror, hero, villain, savior, conqueror, hero, villain.
Yeah, Dolphin. Okay.
And yet you are nothing.
My natural inclination is Dolphin. I don't like to spend more than like $20 to $40 a month. But I am easily swayed by my chat, and I also will set goals for my chat. People will be like, I want to see Relic 9 Jar Jar. And so I was like, okay, if we hit this goal, I'll do a day 1 Relic 9 Jar Jar. And we hit that goal, and so I went for it. And so my natural inclination is Dolphin. But last year I definitely spent a lot more due to content creation. I'd say I'm at least a manatee from this last year.
Not even just a little.
Yeah, with how red my face went, Yotter. Okay. Now, I don't have all of my ships at full 6.mods yet. That's like my project that I've been working on for the last little bit.
Definition. Love is making a shot to the
I
knees of a
don't know how to do
24
this
meters
at
away,
all.
Using an Erentech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope.
I haven't looked up at all how to use the Leviathan against Executor naturally with like the Punishing One, so. Arnold is a Kraken, is what he's called. It's not a whale, it's a Kraken. Because he's over there spending $300 per new character. Just press buttons, fair enough. I'm trying to watch Family Guy. Shut up, Yotter. Yeah, like I exactly, Grax. Dolphin is you buy good deals and a few odd purchases. Yeah, so like it used to be that I just spend on like the Chirotech packs when they come around, and then maybe some crystals to buy the like the carbonite circuit boards and bronzium wiring packs, and that was about all I spent. And then nowadays, you know, the era pass, and then if there's a really good deal that comes around, I'll buy it, like the Jawa bundle that comes around where it's $10 and everything in there is worth $10 or more. I'll pick up that pack every once in a while, that type of stuff. That's kind of my natural inclination, is to go for that type of thing. I typically don't super whale. Violet, send it to me, my friend. If you can get a clip of it and send it to me, I'd appreciate it, because I'd be down to make a video about that and let people know how to do it. I would say Arnold is barely under Kraken, because Kraken spend on literally anything and everything, and Arnold tries to spend as little as he can to get what he needs and wants for content creation. Yeah, he's definitely taken a step back. I think Kraken was definitely, you know, what he used to be. I do think he might be just like a step below Kraken for sure. How essential is the Sith Trooper Zeta? It's nice. It's not like insanely the most insane helpful thing, but it's definitely nice. Like I'd put it on. So there's different priorities. There's the must have, and then there's the nice to have, auxiliary, and not necessary. And his is in the nice to have section. It's not a must have, but it's a nice to have. It's not at that point where it's like auxiliary, where it's like, if you could, like, for instance, the Echo Zeta is 100% auxiliary. It's not going to actually benefit you that much, but in niche cases it can do a ton. And then, like, not necessary is like that, you almost never use it, or it makes the team worse, or it's just like, it's just not worth it at all. So Arnold's Aquaman, King of the Whales. He's the whale whisperer. Trey, yes and no. For everyone else, they cost less. For Arnold, they've always cost the same, except for with Apo. With Apo, the introduction to the $70 and the $100 bundles did reduce the overall price for him specifically. But in general, because he does day one testing of new characters, he still has to spend the $300. He doesn't wait the week like I do. And so with the changes with Apo, with the $70 and the $30 bundle, it makes it so I spend $100 and I get the character a week later. For him, he spends to get the character day one and test it out for everyone, so that's still $300. So even for day one, well, yeah, you're right, but it's like 50, what is it? 10, I think it's 10 first time for all of them. So that's 4-star, 5-star, 6-star tier. So that's 30 extra shards. So it's not like it's super significant. He still spends like good $250. Yeah, he those are like his most watched streams are his new character testing. So like, yeah, he 100%, you know, it's his content that makes him money. So okay, now we just got Leviathan, and I think this would be fun. I'm going to play you guys a little snippet. Now this isn't mixed yet, so the overall audio is going to be a little bit around for some of the stuff, where like some things will be louder than they should be and that type of thing in the song. But I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek to our next song coming to the Beaver Dam, and we're going to listen to a little bit of it. Wep just sent it to me not too long ago, and it is Old Republic themed, because that was what was requested from the last Damathon. So we are going to listen to the first little snippet of it and give you guys a little taste of our next song coming to the Beaver Dam. Okay. In fact, he actually just sent me a new version of it 30 minutes ago. With some stuff edited after I gave him my notes for the first time. So we're gonna listen to this, and we will listen to the first little bit of it. So here you guys go.
war
just gotta play this like
is
normal.
a hunger, and there are spirits in the galaxy whose hunger is never satisfied. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids, warships, or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man.
Your friends do not give up easily, Revan. You always could inspire loyalty. But even the three of you together cannot stand against my power.
I plan on it, Heinricher. Why would I give you guys the drop? How dare I give you guys the drop?
You think torture will turn you, Malik? You're a fool. I'll never fall.
Anyways. There you guys go. You guys can, you know, have a little taste of it. We're still working on it, going back and forth with it. Oh, gosh. So reinforcement, sabotage. This is the healing one. That's right. Sounds good, Madness. Storm music. Here we go. Plus, he has to buy more crystals for the arena refresh after the unlock as well. Also true. The amount of crystals that you spend to try and get to a max attempts in squad arena is expensive. Bye, buddy. This, I don't know. I'm gonna try this again, but I feel like this was kind of a I choose one character and then hit auto. Oh, that's interesting, Violet. You do, my grandchildren might be old enough to... Next Amathon, you do, my grandchildren might be old enough to donate. Okay, that makes sense what you're talking about now. The next Damathon's in 2 weeks, Yotter. You realize that, right? Yeah, that's one of the things we're gonna be talking about a bit, but yeah, thought we'd give you guys the first draft essentially. How many era events until your birthday, honey? Oh, that hurts. That's gross. I don't like that. Okay, so like, can I just... In 2 weeks, it'll already be 4 weeks later. Okay, he doesn't use the mass swarm, which becomes problematic. He brings in that ship? Yeah, I don't like the AI. I feel like the AI for the Leviathan's still really stupid. Does anyone know how these are supposed to work? I don't know how mirror matches are supposed to work at all. I was like, where is that? On the other side. Did you hoard or buy 7-star? I bought crystals for the clones initially, because they did the March Madness crystal pack that gave a ton of extra crystals, and so I bought them for the Dark Side clones, and then the Dark Side clones ended up being really cheap, and so I love that Wep. Yeah, I am gonna have to leave here pretty soon myself for the same reason. I think that was actually the wrong play right there. Why'd they update Asajj Ventress's character model? I don't know. They just felt like it. They did quite a bit of like the Clone Wars era stuff. Like they updated Barriss and that type of stuff at the same time. You put on the POW Omicron? Nice. Don't think I'll ever do that. Like we said earlier, you call on Scimitar as first reinforcement, then call an Interceptor. Yeah, I mean, I figured, but like, I don't know. I maybe once I get the Scimitar out, I will understand. But for now, this doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And then do I do the rest of the Sith in the 3rd and 4th slot, Ryrock? Hey, you leave him alone. Go on. Oh, we have days, yes. I cannot go all in. Get some speed down out on the field. Go ahead and take over their capital ship. The earlier the count, the more value the POW Omi has. Yeah, I concur with that. Let's just use their capital ship to kill them off. Get another speed down on them. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done like a Zeta bundle yet. I still think they're gearing up to sell Zetas more this year. I think there's something coming this year. I don't know why I'm bothering. Just hit auto. I got them on Mothma Datacron a week after finishing building Luthen's team. Heck yeah. Yeah, Scimitar feeds turn meter and speed to your entire team. Yep. Yeah, no, I understand the point of that. I don't understand the Raven's Claw and like what we do after that. That's the things that I don't understand, like why the Raven's Claw in there does something. I need them to sell Omegas more. I mean, you get like what, 9 a week from the episode pass and the raid. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a ton. I haven't run out of Omegas in forever because of that. You leave Malgus alone. Yeah, let's call you in, and then we're going to use that stun there. Use the insta-kill there. Take their stuff. Gonna be a new capital ship this year? Yeah, I do think that's what's coming. Fair, Shifu, fair. Ship Omegas. Ship Omegas, yeah, ships is something you really can't rush to get, like, everything, and then once you get everything, you're kind of like, you never run out, which is nice. Okay, so here we go. We have a Thai Dorito to face. We're gonna try this real quick. It's probably the last thing that we do. Yeah, Trench is the guess for most people, and I don't think it's a bad guess by any means. I mean, okay, here's the thing, though, Hugsy. That sounds like a you problem. Like, that sounds mean, but let me explain. Oh, Hugsy's gone. Never mind. No, I'm kidding. No, that sounds like a you problem because that's doing unnecessary Omegas. So, for instance, I have the Bad Batch. I don't have the Zetas to put into them, so I'm not putting any Omegas into them because I don't have Zetas for them. So what's the point? You know, what's the point of putting it into their high Zeta team? When it came to the whatchamacallit, the Resistance, when I first bought the Ray bundle, I only upgraded the Omegas on the team for the Finn Zori team that had anything to do with expose. Anything that said damage, I ignored. And so, like, by pushing into the ones that are specifically going to help your account, specifically help what the team is trying to do versus doing the ones that just say damage or doing every single Omega, you're going to be able to do a lot more with those and stretch them a lot more, and then come back around and finish some of the Omegas later on. And so, like, trying to push Omegas into a Bad Batch team that you're not going to be able to use for the next 6 months because you don't have Zetas for them, it's just a waste of Zetas. Like, their whole team, like, everything they do is based heavily around their Zetas. Like, they'll do some stuff. They're okay. But yeah, we're gonna do this first instead. Yeah, it's using Zetas on, or it's using Omegas on a team that's just gonna be subpar until you can actually put Zetas on them. Hey PHX, welcome. It's already 7-star, Eric. Yeah, I put everything I could into it. So it's basically a fake out is what you're trying to do. That's great. If I knew how teams work. Wait till my videos start coming out this next week. I'll start making videos about all of the different Lightspeed bundle teams. Like how I'd be able to meet multiple teams with them, just Omega and modded. I mean, if that's like your first Lightspeed bundle, then sure. But like, if you have a ton of Lightspeed bundles, I feel like that's one of those ones that's kind of on the lower priority list. Okay, makes sense, Burrito. I mean, yeah, but like if you don't have the 6-dot mods on the Marauder, that's more what's important is the 6-dot mods than throwing Omegas on the characters. But how about Omegas? I don't know, Wavy Tone. I don't know on the Omegas. I'd have to go read the Omegas. Having Easter plans later? Yeah, I'm going to dinner at my mother's house here in about... I have to leave in probably 15 minutes tops. So I'm going to have to go here in just a moment. I've been talking to you guys too much. I'm probably going to lose this battle just due to time. I mean, having the Afro bundle sit in your account instead of wasting your Zetas on it and your effort when you could be, you know, getting a Jabba, could be getting a Ray, I'll take it. I left a Seer in my roster as well as a Relic 9 Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum for like 3 months before I got Malicos up. Yeah, Ali, exactly. Trying to prioritize things is definitely important. It's rough. I'm not going to Denny's with my family, no. My mom's making dinner, which is wild because she doesn't like making dinner, but she loves, you know, family, so I guess she's doing it. She loves to bake, doesn't love to cook. There's a reason that I started cooking and I started learning how to cook, and it was because my mom just didn't enjoy cooking, and so, you know, I found it better to, just cook for myself. I should have brought Fulcrum up for Territory War Solo. What benefit am I getting from adding that to my Territory War solos? Especially at the level that I'm at of Territory Wars, there's not really teams that I can solo in my Territory Wars. So like, I don't know, it's not something that I'm super worried about. Oh, we won the coin toss. That was cool. I call her Mother Beaver. I prefer you don't call her Mommy Beaver, but you do you, boo. The stun comes from whenever you call in a reinforcement, it stuns an enemy. Yes, my mother is Vin Diesel. How did you know? They made an Afro bundle? When? Yeah, that was like 6 months ago, dude. Yeah, Commander Lex, that's exactly what I'm saying, is the GL ship this year, GL next year, because they teased Thrawn already. Yeah, so right here, we have, you know, no stuns in the field. You call in a ship, it stuns whoever you targeted. So that's where the stun comes in on this fleet. Madam Beaver, Mrs. Beaver. Yeah, there you go. Congratulations, Juno. Relicking your job is huge. Sounds good, Shifu. You have a great night. Oh, wait, really quick. Master Shifu, are you still here? Are you still here? I have a question for you and a fun fact. The damsel. No, that's gonna be the name for my girlfriend or wife later on. Same the lady for the Lady of the Dam. That will also be that. That doesn't at all surprise me, Juno. Master Shifu, are you still here? Hey, Caracol, welcome, welcome, my friend. Daniel, there you go. I could now climb in fleets with so much ease. Oh my gosh, that's gonna like guarantee me 400 crystals a day. I don't at all regret the crystals I spent. At all. 400 going up from like 100, maybe 200 to 400 crystals a day is huge. Okay, unfortunately, it looks like Master Shifu left already. Okay, so let me tell you guys. Do you guys know who Master Shifu is? You still gonna get Profundity 2? Yeah, probably not 7-star, though. I only have 11,000 crystals left after what I just did. So I'm probably not gonna get Profundity at 7-star. But I will be getting as much as I can of it. So we're probably gonna get like a 6-star, most likely. And I'm gonna save up all my crystals between now and then for it. Yes, from Kung Fu Panda. Yes. I'll leave the phrases, leave it to Beaver. So like currently my profundity is 4-star already. So then I'll get 80 shards, which will bring me up to 100. Let's see. 80 shards. So we're going to need 20 of 85. Or is it 25 of 85? Yeah, it'd be 25 of 85. 15 of 85? 15. I'll do math right in one of these times. We'll be at 15 of 85, which means we need 70, 100 more. So that's 16. We need 16,000 crystals to get a 7-star day one. With what we have currently. So it's possible. It's possible. If we can get 5,000 crystals before then, it's possible. It's not like likely, but it's possible. But yeah, so Master Shifu. Does anyone know this fun fact? Why Master Shifu is a funny name? How many crystals did it take to 7-star Leviathan? Ooh, I don't know. Someone quick, check how many crystals I had at the beginning of this stream. It cost me 25,000 crystals. Yep, Commander Lex is dead on. 25,000 crystals. Yep, Trey knows. Shifu is the word for master in Mandarin. And so, literally the name Master Shifu means master. I once talked to a Chinese couple who had moved over for an engineering program in the area that I was in, and me and the wife were talking about Kung Fu Panda, and we kept mentioning Master Shifu, and the husband looked so confused the entire time. And so I looked at him and I was like, "Why are you so confused?" He's like, "Wait, the character's name is Master Shifu," and I'm like, "Yeah." You're like, "Shifu means master. His name's literally Master." I'm like, I love that. I love that so much. It's so dumb. Yeah, so yeah, Trey, if all of the recs are done to the minimum standpoint. So for instance, hold on, let's actually find this real quick. I'll show you right now. Oh, what is his name? Oh gosh, I don't remember his name. Does anyone remember his name in game? AP Games. I think I have it saved somewhere. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go. Control C. And then we're looking at allies. This should be the right ally code. There we go. So yeah. He has the Profundity, he has the Leviathan, he has the Executor, but then his Sith ships, unless he's fixed them, he has fixed them since then. He only got the Sith ships up to the up to 4 stars, because once you get the ships up to being done at 4 stars, at that point you can just start buying shards. And so then he, as a free-to-play player, he just got the ships at the 4 stars, got the requirements done, and then he started purchasing the shards for the ship and unlock the ship. And so free to play, that's how he was able to unlock all of the meta fleets, is he would just shoot for the 4 stars that you need for the requirements for all of the new ships coming out, and then he'd spend all his crystals getting the ship, and then he'd farm the fleet slowly with shards, just like, you know, shard farming, that type of thing. Oh, it had to be intentional. 100%, it has to be intentional. Yes, Con Warlock. That is exactly what we're gonna say, is Jerry something, because I'm not saying that name. Yeah, it's a solid strategy for like free-to-play players for the new capital ship. In fact, I'll probably make a video on it here pretty soon in preparation. Right now I need to make a YouTube short for people. So something to keep in mind, guys. I don't know how many of you are here, but enough of you that I want to let you guys know this before I put out the YouTube short tomorrow, because I'm going to probably whip it up tonight and then put it out tomorrow. Obviously I made a video about saving your money. Save your money, Lightspeed bundles are coming, right? May the 4th, Lightspeed bundles. Also, save some crystals. I know you're pushing for a 7-star Leviathan, Profundity, or that type of thing, or you're spending crystals somewhere. Save some crystals up, because May the 4th means double drops. They haven't announced it yet, but every year we get May the 4th double drops. So make sure you're saving some crystals for your double drops. So I'm gonna make a YouTube short about it, just so that way we can get it out to people, because I don't think it warrants a full video. But something to keep in mind as we come to a close of this month. So. Because I couldn't get through Leviathan event as I was missing a must-have Omega ability. Oh, dang. Typically, yeah, Hugsy. Probably, Allie. Probably. I'm convinced CG watches my channel, because I say things, and they happen. I do things, and they happen. You know? Everyone should go for Jabba. Jabba needs to be your next GL. Dude, you need to go for Jabba. You go for Jabba, and then I go for Ahsoka for content for the channel, and they drop a Jabba Lightspeed bundle for me, and so then I'm immediately able to get Jabba. You know, like, the stuff that they do is, like, perfectly fits and slots into my account, and, like, perfectly represents what people should next do. Like, I'm, you know, obviously the next Lightspeed bundles should have been JMK and Lord Vader, but instead they went straight for Jabba. So, like, it feels like they watch my channel, even though I'm pretty sure Tuscan Meathead has no idea who I am. But, like, maybe I'm just a wizard. Who knows? Nice, Kenny Coon. CG's gonna give away 30,000 crystals, guys. Rabid Himothy. Gosh. Okay. I have to get going, unfortunately. I wish I could stay longer. I wish we could do some roster reviews and all that kind of stuff, but I unfortunately do have to get going. I'm supposed to be at my parents' house, which is a 20-minute drive, in 15 minutes. And so, yeah. And because of that, we're obviously going to instead sit here for a second, and we're going to get some datacrons. Yeah, if he's live by the time we end, go message him, Caracol, and tell him to go early. Tell him to start like now, so that way I can raid him. Yeah, JKCK just makes sense with the things that they're doing, and yeah, JKCK makes sense 100%. I think it's on the rise. They just dropped an event just like they did for the Bad Batch for him as well. I wasn't even paying attention. What was the level 3 that I got? Was it a light side level 3? It's a garbage level 3. Gosh dang it, now I've got to take it to frickin' 9. Just because I wasn't paying attention. You guys need to stop distracting me. I blame you guys. Sure, tank revive. Protection. Sweet, we have a JML cron. Gosh, I blame all of you. Close to Lord Vader? I'm close to everything, in case you were wondering. So, Profundity is done. We're just waiting on the event to come around. I already have a 4-star Profundity. Balin, I have Shin Hati at almost 7 stars now. Merrick's almost 7 stars. So it'll just be Morgan Elsbeth and Great Mothers that I need to get up, and they're both Cantina farms. I already have a Relic 5 Apo for this, and, you know, I'm going to continue to get the clones. And then we look at our Galactic Legends. Leia, Captain Rex is already Relic 3. Nisa's already, I think, Relic 5. Scout Trooper 7-star. R2-D2's Relic 7. Drogon's still needs to get 7-star. CLS is Relic 5. 3POC's Relic 5. Lobot 7 stars. Lord Vader, I've got Padme at Gear 12. Echo's at Relic 5. Bad Batch Echo's one of the few ones that's in here that I still need a Relic. As well as Newt Gunray. The rest are all relicked and just need to bring up a couple relic levels. JMK, John Kenobi's at 7. Ayla Sakura's at 7-star. Clone Sergeant's at 7-star. Wat Tambor's at 7-star. John Grievous is at Relic 5. Cody 7-star. Shock T is Relic 5. Grandmaster Yoda's Gear 12. Like, I'm close to all the GLs. I've got all the shards that I need. It's literally just relics and relic levels, essentially. Hey, Wanstawanga. We were just doing the Leviathan event, so... speaking of... Since we have what's his bucket, we have Troopers on break about to stream. Let's do this real quick. Okay, because we have a little bit of time while we wait for him to start streaming. Yeah, we already did it once to Wonga. Okay, let's see. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, your guys' choice. Let's go make the Leviathan, let's go make the Leviathan thumbnail. Okay, we're gonna look at... Do you want this face? Do you want the rage face? The wild face? Get rid of the basic face. So I think we'll use one of these three. Which of these three do we want, guys? Okay, we got 2 for Wild, we got 2 for Scream. Do all of them? We gotta let people know what this is actually about. Okay, we'll go with that one then. It sounds like people are liking that one, so we'll go with it. Get rid of Rage Face. Am I missing an arm on this one? No, I'm not missing an arm on this one. Okay, so we'll put myself dead center. And we'll say... easiest event. And then we'll cut myself. Oh, how are we gonna do this? I'm thinking we cut myself off with Leviathan kit. There we go. Come on. You know you want to work. Do I use Photoshop? Yeah, this is Photoshop. Okay, and we'll do... Oh, come on. I definitely clicked this button, but whatever. Do that, like that. And then we can... Boop. Do something like that. And then let's drop that in the background. Little bright. Let's drop the... You guys get a peek behind the curtain as I get to dink around. Let's see, something like that. And then we add that to that specifically. Actually, we'll just drag it down. I don't think we need to actually affect it. Okay, there. That'll decrease the brightness of the thing behind us. We can add in the divider. And put that right there and make it look cool and sexy and stuff, you know? You know what I mean? And then we duplicate the layer. Isn't this the most fascinating thing you guys have ever seen? Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. We're just gonna grab that specifically and mask it, and then we'll throw that on that side. And then we'll actually cut off more of it, because we don't really need all of this. Do something like that, and mask it again. Come on. Back. Okay, we're gonna do a new selection. We're just gonna do this portion of it. We don't need all of it. There we go. That's gonna look good. Voila! Now we have that on that side, and then we can take our other divider and put it right here. Make sure it's over the image. And voila! We have me screaming in the middle. I like it. What do you guys think? trying to get into streaming, so this is good to see. Yeah, I'm definitely, this is kind of low effort for the most part, but hey, we'll take it. Okay. But yeah, who was saying they want to get into the stream? That's Allie. Allie, if you want, this is gonna cost you money, and I apologize, but like, it's not a video that really makes sense for my channel, and I think it's helpful to have it as a members only video. If you become a member, it costs $3 to become a member. There is a video that me and Asteroid Mech go over like all of our tips for getting into YouTube content creation. So if you want to go check out that video, I do suggest becoming a member today. It's like a 35-minute video. We go over like packaging and all of the different stuff that's the important stuff for a new content creator getting started. So we go, YouTubers aren't known for their thumbnails. It's true. It's true. Of all the people that know how to do thumbnails, it's Asteroid Mech. Asteroid Mech is the thumbnail king. All of the other content creators look up to him for his thumbnails because he's the most professional of all of us. He's done the most research. He's been doing content for the last 8 years. Of all of us, Arnold and Asteroid Mech are the best. I like to think that I'm improving. I hope you guys have been enjoying my thumbnails more since I've gotten into Photoshop and started utilizing Photoshop. So. Okay, sweet. Well, I'm going to post that video now before I leave, but let's go ahead and congratulations, Greg. That's huge. Get him to 7 stars. Go and save crystals for next month. Make sure you get those 7 stars. Ugh. Okay, so we're looking at this, and let's go ahead and go raid troopers on break. We'll see if anyone is live on Twitch right now for Galaxy of Heroes. Yeah, Bones is live. So yeah, we'll go raid Bones. We do love ourselves. Oh my gosh. No. I'm not comfortable sending you guys to Bones. I'm gonna send you guys to Bones, but the bro has a ponytail right now. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I hate that. I hate that hairstyle so much. Well, okay. You guys are gonna head over there and have fun with him. Tell him he really needs to change his hair because he is hurting my soul. For the rest of you, I'll send you over on to Troopers on break. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a damn good time having you all here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for giving a damn.